Today, my dear friends, we are celebrating the 21st Sunday in Ordinary Time. And our readings for today invite us to reflect once more on our knowledge of who Jesus is. More properly speaking, perhaps the readings are inviting us to reflect on how deep our relationship is with Him. Gaano kalalim ang relasyon na ito kay Jesucristo. At kung palalalimin pa rin ang katanungang ito, dadalhin tayo nito sa pagharap sa sarili at pagtatanong sa sarili, nasaan na ako sa paglalakbay ng isang malawak na pamumuhay ng isang Kristiyano? Where am I in the process of maturity, of Christian maturity? Let's jump into the Gospel, coming from St. Matthew. That is a very familiar episode when Jesus was with His disciples in that region of Caesarea Philippi, and He asked them, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" Who do people say that the Son of Man is? Jesus was somehow trying to ask them what people knew, and therefore He was asking for information, data, facts that the people are familiar with about Him. Perhaps He was already expecting that the disciples would report to Him that people knew that He was around the age of 32, 33, ganyan. Siguro alam din ng mga tao na anak siya ni Maria. Siguro alam din ng mga tao na may mga kaibigan siya at may mga favorite siyang mga tao. Perhaps Jesus was already expecting those answers. And the disciples themselves reported that hindi lang ganun kababaw yung alam ng mga tao. Medyo mabigat na rin ang kanilang pagtingin kay Jesucristo. Kaya ang sagot nga ng mga tao daw ay, some say, "You are John the Baptist." Others, Elijah. Still others, Jeremiah or one of the prophets. Maganda pa rin yung pagkakasabi, ano? It's not the ordinary answer. Siguro, kung mayroong isang individual na magtatanong ng ganitong parehas na katanungan, ano bang sinasabi ng mga tao tungkol sa akin? Ano ka? Kapitbahay ka nila, no? Malakas kang kumain, no? Etc., etc. But the people of His time perceived Jesus as on that level of John the Baptist, Elijah, Jeremiah, people who played important roles in their history. They were already looking at Him in that way. But again, the knowledge of who Jesus is expresses one's relationship with Him. And so, pinalalim pa ng Panginoon ang katanungan. He turned to His disciples and asked them, "How about you? Who do you say that I am?" Bakit pinalalim? Kasi ang tinatanong niya ngayon, ay yung mga nakasama na niya. Ang tinatanong niya ngayon ay mga individual na naka-witness, nakasaksi, nakasumpong sa kung sino siya. And there is a recognition represented by Peter. Peter answered, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. A recognition of who Jesus is and what His mission is. Medyo malinaw na. Nagkakalinaw na kay Pedro dahil sa dami ba naman ng encounter niya kay Jesucristo. And if you could remember just a few days back, Jesus said to Peter, "O you of little faith." O you of little faith. And now, he recognizes that he is the Son of the living God. You see how inconsistent our humanity is. We are so inconsistent because we are greatly affected by this world. We are greatly affected by what is happening around. We are greatly affected by our feelings. And so we are inconsistent. That's why Jesus, upon receiving that response from Peter, said, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah." A recognition that Peter is human. Na tao si Pedro. "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah." You are blessed not because you are son of Jonah, but because flesh and blood has not revealed what you have said to you. Hindi yung pagiging tao mo, hindi yung pagiging mga pangyayari sa paligid mo ang nag-reveal sa iyo ng sinabi mo, kundi ang aking amang nasa langit ang nagpahayag nito sa iyo. Now Jesus is trying to process Peter and the church that knowing who Jesus is not enough. Knowing who Jesus is and depending so much on our humanity, which is inconsistent, will lead us astray. Parang sinasabi ni Jesus kay Pedro, "Blessed are you because you know that. Blessed are you because it is my Father who revealed this to you." It is my Father who revealed this to you. And so what happens to a person who recognizes who Jesus really is? O baliktarin natin ang katanungan. Anong nangyayari sa taong hindi malalim ang pagkilala at relasyon kay Kristo? The first reading for today tells us of that certain governor, Shebna, if I remember the name right. And the Lord spoke through the prophet Isaiah of what will happen to Shebna Sabi ng Panginoon, hahatakin kita dyan. Ia-unseat kita. Tatanggalin kita sa upuan na yan, sa pwesto mong yan. At ibibigay ko yan kay Eliakim. Si Eliakim, ibibigay ko sa kanya, no? Ang kapangyarihan. Bakit gagawin ng Diyos yun? Because Shebna became too complacent of himself. Shebna was making a name for his own. Iniaangat na niya yung kanyang sarili. Hindi na ang Diyos ang naghahari sa kanya. Remember that the Israelites, no, had an opportunity to live a wonderful life because of God. And without God, they would be slaves. But this governor Shebna took power for himself. Sarili niya. And so sabi ng Diyos, kapag ganyan, ay tinataas mo na ang sarili mo, ibababa kita. Ibababa kita. And it is incongruent with the Song of Mary. That's who God is. That's who Jesus is. That knowing who Jesus is, having a deep kind of relationship with Jesus, must lead us towards a proper kind of attitude. But a person who does not know Him kapag hindi malalim ang relasyon kay Kristo, we depend so much on human greatness. Iaakyat, itataas ang sarili. But God has His ways. When we feel too confident of ourselves, when we become too complacent, He will allow that to happen. Failures will come because we depend so much on human greatness. But knowing Christ is knowing God's greatness. And so perhaps today, my friends, we can reflect on this. We can ask ourselves, what do I say about Jesus? What does my life tell people of who Jesus is? My attitude, my words, my responses, my reactions to things around me, my children, paano nila nakikilala si Kristo sa pamamagitan ko? Ito ba'y isang malalim na pagkilala? Ito ba'y isang pagkilalang nagpapabago ng buhay? And let us allow ourselves, my friends, to be changed by this. Peter himself was changed by knowing who Jesus is. He did not become perfect, mind you, for some time after this, not even after 24 hours. He did not want Jesus to die and suffer, feeling confident of his humanity. Peter feeling confident about himself. But Jesus calls him, Satan, get behind me. Do not hinder me. Again, the inconsistency of being human. And so let us ask the Lord to change us. Let our relationship with Him change us.